Hi guys, this is Alex from Mason Lifestyle. I hope you guys are doing well and getting ready for it's Thanksgiving week. So coming to you with a video on Tuesday because I know Thursday, if you are like me, you wake up and you become one with the stove. I know that we are going to be making cinnamon rolls in the morning, which we usually do. I try to get a workout, and then after that, it's full-blown Thanksgiving making meal. But I wanted to talk to you today about the Joy jacket from Chalk and Notch. I recently did some pattern testing for them, and I thought that I would give you a honest review. And guys, this is not an ad. Um, at all. I am giving you an honest review on this pattern. I've talked about pattern testing before and how much work it is, and I'm gonna link up a video that I've done in the past about pattern testing and how much work it is. And you guys know that I've talked about my quandary with PDF patterns and how I dislike the gluing, the taping, the cutting. It just seems counterproductive to me. And honestly, I really love opening a pattern envelope. I really love just unwrapping the tissue paper and really seeing what the designer put together. And sometimes I feel like I don't get to do that with a PDF pattern. So I signed up to test a pattern, and there were two testing groups. So one testing group had 2 weeks, right? And they go through their corrections, and then another testing group comes in and they have 2 weeks to get it completed. So I didn't really get a chance to send out the AO files that they were provided, and also the files that you can print at home. So gluing, taping, and printing, it was it. And you know what, guys? It wasn't too bad. And it wasn't bad because they went ahead and told me which pages I had to print for my size, which was so incredibly helpful, because even if you don't have to print 3, 4, 5 pages, hey, that's time that I don't spend on that. So love that about them. Also, the instructions were super duper clear. They also have a sew along on their website that you can look at. It has pictures, right, and kind of guides you. I did not look to see if they had a video sew along, but honestly, I thought that this was pretty straightforward. I used a stretch sateen fabric from Joann's, and I had it in my stash, and I was going to use it for something else. And let me open it up. So I had a stretch sateen, so I used that, and I also had this lining for kind of tarot reading. It's just a fun lining, and I actually line a lot of my clothes with this tarot stuff. I read the cards. Yes, it's fun. There's nothing bad about it, but I have a lining, and I felt like this jacket was surprisingly easy to make. And I've made a couple of coats this season, all of them lined, so I am well versed in lining instructions for a jacket, so that does not it doesn't scare me at all. If this is your first time perhaps giving it a go to line a jacket, this is a great pattern because you don't have those weird the weird necklines with a bunch of sharp points, and that you're having to just kind of match up in square corners and things like that. So highly recommend this pattern if you are a beginner. It's definitely a light jacket. So for me, I'm in Chicago. You guys know it gets cold. It's already cold here. We're having like 20 degrees weather, so perhaps this jacket may be a little bit too light for me, but 50s, 60s, this is a great jacket to wear at that time. And I actually thought when I started the pattern testing, I had some Sherpa, and I thought I was going to make it in Sherpa, and I was like ready to go, but there is a pleat in the back of the jacket, So I said, let me not kind of make things harder for me because I am testing a jacket, right? So if there's any discrepancies that something maybe is not lining up, then I have to tell them about it. So I'm thinking, okay, let me not go too crazy and line the jacket on Sherpa, but definitely the next time I will. So I did that. So that's my fabric. Adjustments for this pattern. The pattern is drafted for someone who is 5 feet 7 inches tall. I am not that tall. I am 5 feet 5. So I took off 2 inches off the bodice length, and I also took off 2 inches off the lining. Um, I didn't do any adjustments for my bust or the waist or the hem. I didn't need to, but I did do that awesome bicep adjustment, which I always have to do. And honestly, there is a seam down the middle of your sleeve, and they ask you to stitch that at 2 centimeters. So, or, I don't remember what, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. So it's quite a bit of seam allowance that you have in that spot. So I definitely just played with the seams there just to give me a little bit more room in the bicep, which there was room to begin with, but it's a jacket and I know that I'm gonna wear it with a sweater underneath or something else. So I just wanted a little bit of extra room there. But guys, other than that, those are the only adjustments I had to make. Which is pretty good for a coat because sometimes you're, adjusting of like shoulders, adjusting the back, adjusting the length, right? So I didn't have to do any of that with this pattern. The only other difference that I also made in this pattern, there's a drawstring. If you do one of the views, the one with the hood, I did the one with like a taller collar. But if you do one with the taller hood or the one with the collar also, you can add in a drawstring, add the hood area just to kind of, tighten the jacket around you on a cold day. And also there is a drawstring that you can add on the hem. I omitted both of those for two reasons. One, that's just not something that I usually just kind of pull the drawstrings on my jackets. And then two, my fabric was a little bit stiff from what is recommended in the pattern. So it just drawstring was not going to work. But I saw some of the other pattern testers and I really loved one that a lady did. She did the hood version, but she did a drawstring around the opening of the hood. Then she also did the drawstring on the hem, but she did a casing around her waist for another drawstring. So definitely that is another way that you can change in this pattern. I picked the pockets that are kind of like a diagonal. They have two different types of pockets. One is square and then this one. I felt like this one was better for me just because I like to just kind of keep my hands warm when I sweep up my jacket and I'm walking, which we do quite a bit. And then I did kind of use the double needle around the pockets just for something fun. And then I also did a little bit of stitching around the neckline. Super easy to make. Again, another thing that I did, another adjustment, since I did not wanted to do that drawstring at the hem, I went ahead and waited till I had my outer shell pretty much completed, and then I measured because the pattern calls for a separating zipper and I didn't want to have to play with adjusting zippers or any of that. So I went ahead and got a separating zipper, and this one is a two-way separating zipper. And if you live in cold weather and for example, you get in your car and you're about to drive, you definitely want to undo the jacket from the bottom just so you can sit and be comfortable but still wear your jacket and move about in the vehicle. So definitely one little change that I made. So I made a couple of changes, but not that much. Not that much to the overall adjustment of the jacket. Again, if you're a beginner, definitely test out this pattern. I know, I would say test out, but buy this pattern. It is very well drafted. It is very well done. The instructions are super clear with drawings, and it tells you exactly where to put things. And if still you are having some issues with that, you can go to their website and it goes line item by line item, and it shows you what to do, even to how to add the grommets for the drawstrings if you want to go that route. So awesome indie pattern. Cannot be happy enough with how nice it is. They are having a sale, and I think it runs till the 30th of November, and I'm going to check, and I'm going to put all the information in the information box below. But they are having a sale, and it goes again through November 30th of 2021. So jump on that. And if you are like me and I'm like, girl, no, you succumb to the PDF pattern printing thing. No, not me. They actually have printed patterns in their website, and it goes up to from 0 to size 30, which guys, I think that is awesome that a lot of these indie designers are listening to us, bigger gals. And we like to look cute too, and please make a pattern for me. So they have some beautiful printed patterns in there. I am eyeballing the fringe dress and also the Marcel dress, but there are so many beautiful printed patterns on their site, and they are on sale. So don't forget to jump on that. So that is it for me in this pattern review. I hope you guys like this video, so please give it a thumbs up, and I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Of course, don't forget to be thankful for the things you have and the things you don't. So I will see you next time. Bye.